Look at this neighborhood. What do you see? There are people, animals, religious centers, houses, shops, vehicles, etc. in this neighborhood. Do all these things make up the environment? Yes. Nature, people, and things that surround a living organism constitute its environment. Our environment is made up of natural, human, and human-made components. The natural environment is divided into biotic and abiotic components. All living beings, such as plants, human beings, animals, and birds, are the biotic components of the environment. All non-living things, such as land, watering the pond, and atmosphere, are the abiotic components of the environment. The activities and interactions among human beings constitute the human environment. Individuals, family, religion, and community are components of the human environment. Parks, houses, roads, and industries that are built by human beings are called as the human-made components of the environment.
Students, you have watched the video. Hope you understood few concepts. Now, let's proceed with the chapter.
Good morning. Well, students, I am going to teach you biology for class 6. The topic is our environment. So, in this topic, we are going to study about environment. So, you know about plants and animals. So, both plants and animals, all the living things, they never live in isolation. वो कभी अलग नहीं रहते. They depend on others. They interact with other non-living objects. So come to the definition. Environment. Environment is everything around us which makes an environment. That includes living things and non-living things. So environment, it consists of two components. First is called biotic component and second is called abiotic components. Biotic components include all the living things like plants, animals and human beings. Coming to the next term, abiotic components, which includes non-living things like air, water, sunlight, temperature. You can note down in your notebook later on. It is also called physical environment. Means abiotic का other name क्या है? Physical environment. Let's study biotic component in detail. Biotic component includes plants, which are called producers, animals, which are called consumers, and the microorganisms, which are called decomposers. So, let's study the biotic components in detail now. Coming to the plants, which are called producers. Why plants are called producers? As they can prepare their own food. So, look at this diagram, which is of leaf. Inside this leaf, a pigment is present which is called chlorophyll. This chlorophyll helps to trap sunlight and carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. So, in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, this carbon dioxide and water, they combine and they make food in form of carbohydrate, which is called glucose. And a gas is released, that is oxygen. So this whole process of making food in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll and in the presence of carbon dioxide in water. This process is called as a photosynthesis. Photo means, when you split this term photosynthesis, photo means light and synthesis is to make. So making of food in presence of sunlight, that is called photosynthesis. So this is the chemical equation I have written here on the board. Carbon dioxide, and its symbol is C, capital C, capital O, और on the in the foot इसके मैंने बनाया है 2. Water H2O. Here is the carbohydrate. Carbohydrate के लिए the food that we obtain, that the plant obtained, that is the glucose, and the symbol of glucose is C6H12O6. Then there is oxygen, O2. Here plants are also called autotrophs. Why they are called autotrophs? Auto means, when we split this term autotrophs, auto means self, troph means food, means they can prepare their food own. So let's come to the next part of biotic components, that is animals, which are also called consumers. Why they are called consumers? As such animals, they do not make their own food, they depend on others. Consumers, they are also called heterotrophs. When we split this term heterotrophs, hetero means others, troph means food, means such animals which depends on other for their food. Next, consumers are classified into 3 groups, 3 categories. First, herbivores. Second, carnivores. Third, omnivores. Come to the first part, herbivores, which are called primary consumers. So, ऐसे animals that feed only plants, such type of animals they are called as a herbivores, which you already done in your previous classes. Like example is cattle and goat. Other name of herbivores is primary consumers. Let's come to the second category, carnivores, also called secondary consumers. Such animals that eat flesh, meat eating animals, are called carnivores. Here examples are tiger and lion. Third category is omnivores, which are called tertiary consumers. Such organisms that eat both plant as well as animals, like bear, pig, humans. Humans, they also come under this category of omnivores, means that eat both plants and animals. So coming to next topic, biotic component. The another part is microorganisms, which are also called decomposers. First you should also know about microorganisms. Micro means small, tiny. Organism which we can't see with naked eye, we can only see under microscope. Such organisms are called as a microorganisms, like fungi and bacteria. Clear? Why they are called as a decomposers? As they break down the dead plants and animal into simpler form, which are called minerals. So what is the definition of decomposers? Organisms that derive their food from dead and decaying plants and animals. I am repeating the definition कि ऐसे organism जो अपना food obtain करते हैं from dead plants and animals, such organisms they are called as a decomposers. Clear? So next part we are going to explain is, I am going to explain recycling of minerals. Recycling of minerals, here try to understand this flow chart. Here decomposers, they break down dead plants and animals. As we know कि decomposers का क्या function है, ये break करते हैं plants और animals को into simpler form, and that simpler form is minerals. Then these minerals, they get mixed up with the soil and which are again used by the plant. Means plant, they again take the minerals from the soil which are decomposed by the plants. This whole process is called as a recycling of minerals. Already I have explained you microorganisms. Coming to the last topic, scavengers. What are scavengers? Such organisms which consume dead bodies. Clear? जो dead bodies को ही feed करते हैं, eat करते हैं. Such organisms, such animals, they are called as scavengers, like crow, vulture, jackal, kite.
In last, I am giving you a homework. You will get an assignment sheet which I will provide you on Snap homework.